curtain has come down on that piece of political theater that was the trial of Omar Khadr. Now he just has to serve another year of the hardest time imaginable. Then he will be returned to Canada and hopefully freedom. Omar Khadr's father made him a child combatant. Omar fought on behalf of the organization that Ronald Reagan once called the moral equivalent of the Founding Fathers. Back in the day, Al-Qaeda were the Mujahideen, fighting Russians with American Stinger missiles. But Omar Khadr was captured fighting American Special Forces. Although just 15, he was denied his Geneva Convention rights. He endured torture and coercion, including threats of gang rape, while in U.S. custody. CSIS agents posed as Canadian diplomats to gain his trust in Gitmo and then flippantly interrogated him into hopelessness. Canada's lack of respect for international law in the Khadr case is shameful. Omar Khadr is the last Western inmate of Guantanamo. All others were claimed by their countries. Many were innocent victims of rendition and are now free. Omar Khadr's rendition came at the hands of his father. Then he was further victimized by his country. Omar Khadr's plea bargain was a joke, but it's a joke repeated thousands of times a day in the American justice system. Plead out to lesser charges or get the book thrown at you and do hard time. And by all reports, time don't get much harder than in Gitmo. So it's not surprising that Omar would plead out. Who wouldn't? Canada, unlike the US, is a signatory to the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. However, Canada's morals are completely elastic on the subject of child soldiers. Those who kill Africans can be reformed, but those accused of killing an American soldier are terrorists unworthy of protection. It's ironic that the Harper Gang will only step up to Canada's international obligations subject to pressure from an America that itself no longer respects habeas corpus. The ideology of his father forced Omar Khadr to become a child combatant, but it was the ideology of his prime minister that forced Omar Khadr to become a self-confessed murderer. Hard to say who's more disgusting, the father peddling his son as a martyr for a hateful ideology, or the Prime Minister peddling the same kid as a scapegoat for political expediency. I hope one day Omar Khadr walks free in Canada. I hope he can go to school and get the education he was denied. I hope he can get proper treatment for his injuries and for his one remaining damaged eye. I hope he gets not a second chance, but a first, to live free and forget the nightmare that's been his life. I hope, too, Canada will one day return to a path of respect for human rights and progress, rather than the trail blazed by the rogue state of Bush America, the legacy of which is war and economic ruin. In Toronto, I'm Umberto da Silva, not Rex Murphy.